Okay, so this is my review and quick tutorial on this ET4 Cruiser, ET4 Cruise, made by Ecolo. A quick tour of it. This is the back end, which contains the battery compartment, which is here. You open that up, and that's how you charge up the battery right here. Okay. Let's go to the front. Here's what it looks like at the front. And the side view. Okay, so my first criticism would be the mirrors here. They turn in, which is nice. However, they really point low to the ground and you cannot tilt them upwards. And that is a bit of an issue when you're trying to drive from inside. It's very difficult. You got to literally sit down back in your seat to use the mirrors well. Okay. I don't know if you can see that, but it's very, very low. You can basically only see if somebody's right up on top of you or very close to you. This one here, you can see what you can see. It's not too bad, but this one does seem low. Anyway, it would be nice if they were adjustable. Inside, let's take a look at this quickly. We have the key to turn this mobility scooter on. We're going to turn it to the right, just one click, and we'll wait. The dashboard will light up. Okay, I'm going to just move this ahead a bit into the garage so I can see the dashboard better. It's a little darker in here. Okay, perfect. All right, so there's the dashboard. And we have, on the dashboard, we have the voltage of the battery. So we have a full 100% charge. We have the speedometer in kilometers here. We have the amount, 232 kilometers on, so we have an odometer reading here. Trip, looks like a trip reset. Yeah, okay, so that's what that's telling us. We have the bottom over here, we have a 3. I'll explain that in a second. And that's toggles through to a 2 or a 1, as you can see. And then above that, we have this, and this is interesting. It's actually for the radio. So, okay, so that's the basic settings there. Now let's move over to the controls. So that 1, 2, and 3, that is very significant, and that is controlled by this button here. So if I turn this, it'll change to 3 or 2, 1. What that appears to be is sort of, it governs the speed. So it's not like a gear shift, but more like if you're in 1, it might go up to maybe 10 kilometers. If you're in 2, maybe 20 kilometers. In 3, you're wide open. So in 1, if you drive in 1, you'll actually save battery power. But if you want some speed, turn it up to 3. Okay. So again, it seems to govern the how fast you can go. Okay, so 1 maybe 10 kilometers, I'm not really sure, but it definitely is some sort of governor. Okay, above that we have this button here, which is lights. So if I push it to the middle position, I've got backlights. If I push it all the way over, I now have headlights. Okay, and let's turn that back off. This is, of course, the throttle on and off right here. We have the brakes on both sides of the unit. And on the brakes, we have locks. So if you want to park it, you might want to put the brake on like so. And on this side, put the, you can see that, just put the brake on there. And that way it's not going to move around, or if you're on a grade, you're not going to have your Ecolo buggy roll down the highway. To let that off, just pull in and it'll release. Okay, so good idea to put the parking brakes on, or this emergency type brake to lock those wheels up. Okay, if you're parking. All right, so again, this here is reverse. If I go up, you're going to see a backup camera come on, and this very loud noise. Okay, just gonna let people know you're backing up. Then you have your neutral position, and L is, don't know what L really stands for, but it's drive. So this may be in French or a different language, I'm not really sure, but L is for drive or going forward. Okay, so forward, neutral, and reverse. Okay, that's that. Let's take a look on this side. We have emergency hazard lights. If I push that button there, the red button, I've got the hazards on right there. We've got a horn. We have signal lights. You'll see that indicated on the dash. Okay, so that button there on the left hand side is for signal. And then we have, if you have your, on this side, if you have the lights on, you will have, looks like low and high beams. Okay. All right, so that takes care of basically the controls. Here, by the way, 2 brakes, brake and brake. Then down on this part of the panel, we have, looks like a windshield. That drives the windshield wiper. You want to turn that off when it gets over to the other side for it's out of view. So you sort of have to time that. It doesn't go back automatically. Okay, then you have, this is here is a heater. So if you push this one here going up, it'll turn the fan on. And if you go down, you've got a little bit of heat. Not much heat in these, but a tiny bit, you know. Okay, that's about it for that. We have down in this corner, we have the stereo. So you hold the power, and it'll come on here and show you on the dashboard your stations. And again, if I hold it off, hold it, and it'll say off. Okay, so again, pushing it on, holding it, power comes on, and there it is. So you have a USB port by the look of it here. You have volumes, and this will be search control over here.
Meals must be pre-ordered by
so this
Monday,
is searching
February
for
15th
stations.
at 3 o'clock.
Okay, so let's turn that off.
613-432.
Okay, so that's the radio. You have up top, we have a sunroof on the top, and that opens by lifting it and pushing it open till it snaps. You gotta be careful. Very, it's not too great of plastic here, so you don't want to push that too hard. And then to bring it back in, you've got these 2 buttons here. You want to pull them in and pull it down, and then snap it shut. Okay, so again, pull these 2 buttons to push them in. They're spring loaded, and it'll bring it back into the closed position. So that's that. One thing I don't like, definitely, is the door handle is quite a far way back. So it's a way back here to open the doors. So you do have manual windows, but I find it would have been nice if the door handle was here, because in this buggy you really do have to make quite the turnaround to release the door. Okay, and the other thing is the doors, you also have to pull them pretty hard. They're a little bit hard to snap into position, I find. There we go. So you do have to close them pretty hard to get them to close up. Okay, so that's the interior. All right, let's see. That's what it looks like. Okay. Again, the battery compartment on the back. Good for storage. Lots of storage area for groceries and things. You have this device here, which allows you to plug it into your wall. So it's just your charger, basically. So a normal wall outlet. And you plug this in. You plug that in into the back of this unit here to charge it. Okay, and I think that's probably about it. Let me just turn on the lights. I'll turn these lights on and we'll see what they look like. There's your back lights. And there's your headlights. Okay, and those headlights can go into high beam mode. Okay, so that's it. That's the Ecolo Et4 Cruise. It's pretty cool. Looks like taking it for a little drive. And this is in looks like third gear. So we're doing 23 kilometers right now. We're up to 28. We're up to 29. We're up to 30 kilometers. 31. Approximately 31 kilometers by the look of it. Okay. Alright, and we'll take this around the block quickly. So yeah, I'm maxing out around 30 kilometers, 31 I believe. And it's probably weather dependent, so it's a pretty cold day here in Canada, and yeah, I would suspect we'd probably get a bit better speed in the warmer months for sure, and I'm sure we get better battery life as well in better weather conditions. Okay. Here we go. Last little rip home to my mother's house. Okay. So these are, you don't need a license, a driver's license. You do not need insurance. And yeah, pretty cool. And there we go.